Okay, so we want to clean up this bit of telephone audio. So far we've looked at how we could zoom in on this carrier signal noise, marquee selection, drop that 15 dB or so. We could also use the spot healing brush to get rid of this little squelch up here between 9 and 10K. And we'll just paint over that area there. And we'll just do a little bit more on those harmonics there. And so now we've got rid of the carrier signal and that nasty little squelch between 9 and 10K, but we've still got some horrendous background noise.
Officers from the police diving unit will attend in the morning to make a search of the pond.
Now there's a couple of things we could do. One would be to use the marquee tool to create a big highlighted selection like so, and then we could use the on-clip amplitude, or we could just hit the delete key. And we'll jump back to the head of the file and let's have a listen.
Officers from the police diving unit will attend in the morning to make a search of the pond.
So that's a pretty good improvement over what we had to begin with. So I'm going to close that, and now we're going to grab telephone 2. And we'll bring that into edit view. And let's have a look at the spectral frequency display. Again, we can see a carrier signal in that upper 5K region. So we'll just zoom in there. And again, I'm just going to grab the marquee tool, drop that down 20 dB or thereabouts. Beautiful. If I make this look easy, it's because I've done it a fair bit. I kind of know just from experience by how much to drop these things. But if you practice in spectral view, this will come to you very quickly and you'll realize what a powerful tool spectral frequency display is. Again, we've got a little bit of a glitch here around the 5-second mark, up in the high frequencies around 8 through to 14K. Let's just have a listen to that and see what it is.
That governs international trade and wildlife.
Okay, so it's just some sort of really strange glitch. And again, because it's a short period of time, I'm actually going to use the spot healing brush to just paint over that region and give it a little bit of room around either side. Wham! Look at that. Totally gorgeous.
Governs international trade and wildlife. And
there's also a little bit of a glitch there on her word and, where she says and it's a little bit nasty. Just have a listen to the front, just here where this red spike is.
And
hear that? Yeah, don't really like that. So we'll just zoom in there, paint over that. Let's just zoom out a bit.
And
it's still a bit sharp, and that's because of this high amplitude stuff here. So we'll just paint over that. That's looking like it's softened it.
And
oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice.
And I'm not sure that they did.
Okay, so what else have we got here? Well, again, we've got quite a lot of noise all up here above 4K that we probably don't need to keep. So we'll just draw a great big selection range, stretch it out, stretch it up, hit delete, and let's have a listen to what we've got.
We wanted them to lobby that international convention that governs international trade and wildlife, and I'm not sure that they did take the steps that we asked them to.
So far so good. What we want to do with this is to narrow in on this little piece here, in between these two sentences, where there's a tiny little bit of the telephone line noise where this girl's not speaking.
To lobby that international.
Now that is a really short portion, I will admit. You can hear that, it's very short. So what we can do is go to the Restoration submenu, Capture Noise Profile. Now, what it tells us is please select a larger amount of audio for the noise reduction capture or change the FFT size setting within the noise reduction dialog. You can do this by going to Effects, Restoration, Noise Reduction. So what that's saying is under the noise reduction process, we need to choose a smaller FFT size because the selection we've got here isn't big enough for the algorithm to take a noise print. Now, We could do that by dropping it down to 512 or 1024, but what I've found from experience is that with lower FFT sizes, the algorithm is less effective. So what's the best way around it? This is a little power user tip. Control-C, copy that bit of noise to the clipboard. Now, create a new file of the same sample rate, bit resolution and channels, which is 44K, 16-bit mono. We can see that down the bottom. So 44K, mono, 16-bit. Okay. Now go Edit, Mix Paste, Insert from Clipboard, Loop Paste, and let's go 10 times. Click OK. Now, what we've got... Now, okay, admittedly, we can hear that it's repeating because it's a loop. But what we've now got is 0.6 of a second of that line noise. Now we can go to the restoration menu, capture a noise profile, which it's happy to do because the noise sample is long enough. Now we can jump back to the telephone 2.wav and go to restoration noise reduction. And now we've actually got a 4096 point sample of the noise from this file. So now we can do a preview.
We wanted them to lobby that international convention that governs international trade in wildlife.
And it's not really hitting it hard enough, so I'm going to bring the noise reduction level up.
We wanted them to lobby that international convention that governs international trade in wildlife.
And I'm going to reduce it by 80 dB.
We wanted them to lobby that international convention that governs...
So what we can hear is that is pushing down the line noise of the telephone in our whole file, and you could see the waveform get redrawn after that noise had been taken out. In the next movie, we'll look at some other examples of what we can do to restore poor quality audio.